I have a very important question to ask you guys, and it may not seem relevant at first, but you will realize later on why I ask. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? There, now tuck that away in the back of your mind, and I will discuss it further when the time comes. Oh my goodness, there are so many things I'd like to talk about and share with you guys. I don't know where to start. For the first talk, I've chosen a neutral subject, Feng Shui. I guess I don't want to stir up any drama, argumentation, controversy, or disagreement. Other topics I would eventually like to discuss include healing crystals, energy healing, chakras, romantic literature, the romantic literary period, not anyway, why God lets bad things happen to good people, channeling, lucid dreaming, ancient Christian literature other than the Bible, and the spirituality of music. The list goes on and on. These are all topics I'm interested in, and I believe they hold information and truths to help us heal and conduct our lives with more ease. Maybe these subjects will help us grow as spiritual beings. These are not necessarily topics in which I'm super knowledgeable, but I would like to explore these subjects further and more thoroughly. Just because I'm talking about Feng Shui does not mean I'm an expert. On the contrary, I know nothing, and I'm using this talk as motivation to learn and research. Feng Shui is such a vast and in-depth topic that one would have to spend years totally immersed in the teachings and training in order to really grasp the subject. My talk is titled Practical Feng Shui because it includes everything you need to know to get started. Perhaps I should call this Practical Feng Shui Part 1 because I don't know if I'll actually get through all the information in the allotted time. If only I would stop rambling and get to the point. But hey, at least I haven't said like out of context. Okay, we can agree that Feng Shui is great for some, if not all of us. While some of you may want to incorporate Feng Shui into your lifestyle, while some of you may not want to incorporate Feng Shui into your lifestyle, you might agree with some of the ideas and concepts because they are just common sense. For example, fake plants, like they represent death, stagnation. In all common sense, sometimes they can be in poor taste. So if you kind of think about the symbolism, I don't know. That is one little tidbit of Feng Shui. Alright. What is Feng Shui? Feng Shui is the ancient art of living in harmony with the environment. With Feng Shui, you can invite more qi, or whatever you would like to call it, energy, into your home. You can invite more qi into your home without letting it escape. If the qi flows too quickly, it can escape, leaving you with no energy. If the qi flows too slow, it can become stagnant. Feng Shui has its roots in Taoism with the balance of the yin and yang aspects or qualities. It is about balancing light with dark, not getting rid of the darkness, because without darkness you have no light. Without sadness, you have no happiness. Without chaos, there is no peace. Feng means wind, and Shui means water. It can be pronounced shui or shui. Some of the experts say shui. My neighbor says shui and corrects me all the time. Feng Shui combines interior decorating with philosophy, with mathematics, with symbolism, with psychology, with astrology, with science, and common sense. A lot of this is common sense, and that's why I love it. It just combines all this stuff into one. My own experience, and I think I have a slide for this, I'm not sure. Let's see. No. Okay. Well, anyways, my own experience. Why is Feng Shui important to me? Because it is part of my spirituality. Feng Shui has been a part of my spiritual journey since I became an energy healer in August of 2013. But even before I was introduced to Feng Shui, I was well aware of the way in which my environment affected me. I could not practice my fiddle as well in a cluttered room. I did better practicing my fiddle if I first cleaned and organized the room. I had trouble focusing on schoolwork in a messy, dirty room, not because I was OCD and therefore needed to clean, but rather because the messy, dirty environment was chaotic and I could not focus with all the chaos surrounding me. A cluttered room is a cluttered mind. A dirty home is a dirty mind. A clean home is a clean mind. But really, think about it. Your home is your domain, your realm. It represents your soul, your life, and your mind. It's the place you live, eat, breathe, and sleep. Perhaps you should put a little thought into the furnishings and decorations. Nothing is random. Everything should have meaning or usefulness, or both. As I have evolved spiritually, I have learned more about Feng Shui and incorporated it more into my home and lifestyle. My Feng Shui journey has been a direct reflection of my spiritual journey. And now I ask a very important question, similar to my question at the beginning of the talk. You remember?
Yeah.
Which comes first, spiritual healing or better Feng Shui? I have found that when I take a big step in my spiritual journey, I also take a huge step in the Feng Shui of my home. And vice versa. Whenever I take a huge step in my home's Feng Shui, I also take a huge step in my spiritual journey. Thus, I have discovered that one can lead to the other, and they fall hand in hand, one complementing the other. Now, a little testimonial. A man living in a $3.5 million apartment, I know multimillionaires living in apartments, in Hong Kong lost his job. He later hired a Feng Shui consultant to advise him on his home. The man living in the apartment really liked the color red, and all his sofas were red. He was advised to use earth tone covers to cover up the red on his sofas. And later on that year, the man who had changed the color of his sofas received 4 job offers. And now he's making more money than ever before, even at his old job. Apparently, he had a complete personality change due to changing the color of his sofas. Red, the color red, is quick to get angry. It's very energetic and overbearing. The Chinese man was hot-tempered, bossy, and had an overbearing energy. He now has a calming energy. His boss and family members can tolerate him much more easily. Alright, skipping ahead. The BAGUAS. This right here. Here are 9 quadrants. Different areas of your home represent the different aspects of your life. The bottom middle quadrant is where you enter your home, and the rest of the quadrants lay accordingly. So think of your home, think of where you enter the door. You lay this box over your home, and this is the different areas. By living in harmony with your environment, you can manifest change and progress in different aspects of your life, such as wisdom, career, reputation / fame, relationships / marriage, family, health, creativity, and get ready for the big one, prosperity. Yes, that's right. You can either increase or decrease your prosperity by manipulating your home's Feng Shui. The tic-tac-toe board should be drawn on the house as a whole and then each individual room. For instance, I grew up in the wisdom quadrant of my childhood home. So that would be this quadrant right here. But whenever you walked into this room, I slept in the wisdom corner. So you walk in the room and then go to right there. So each house has its own Feng Shui, but then each room has its own Feng Shui. So if you're a child and you don't have a house of your own, you can still work with Feng Shui in your room. Okay, so this type of Feng Shui is easy. It's what I know and love. But in doing my research, I was disappointed to find out that there is such thing as classical feng shui. The 9-square grid system is a westernized version of feng shui. Just when you think you know something. This is the easy westernized, and this is the classical. Don't pay attention to that. That's not mine. It came with the picture.
It's a hexagram.
The classical system works by orienting yourself with the compass directions, north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Each of those are called BAGUAS, and they represent the different aspects. In classical feng shui, the south part of your house is always career, regardless of where you enter. In Western Feng Shui, the main entrance is always career, no matter where south is located. The classical Feng Shui involves astrology and often changes as the energy flow changes, year by year, like stars in the sky. Your door may bring in good prosperity one year, and then the next it may bring in bad relationships. You'll need special compasses and chi detectors and perhaps a feng shui consultant for classical feng shui. But with Western feng shui, it's a little bit simpler and it's constant. So that's what I will stick with in my own spirituality for now and in my talk. All right, so we're going to go through, I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about the different quadrants. So starting at the top, okay. Starting at the top, for you guys, it would be the top right here. Here's our square.
Top left.
Top left, that would be top left. Okay, top left for you guys. All right, prosperity. The number associated with it is 8, the color purple. The healing crystals, amethyst and citrine. The body part would be hip. Choose live, colorful plants for this area because wood is the primary element. Fountains or pictures of flowing water. A sink in this area is good with the flowing water. Don't paint anything green in this area because that's the color of instability. Now think about the symbolism. Instability in prosperity. You don't want your income to be unstable. Oh, and I read this on the internet, I don't know why, but don't leave dirty dishes sitting out in this area if it's your kitchen. Alright, next would be top middle. This is the fame or reputation quadrant. The number associated with this is 1, the color red, the healing crystals, ruby and fire opal, the body part, your eyes. And in this area, it's great if you have a fireplace or candle because the fire is the primary element. This is bad for me in my house because I have a sink in this quadrant, but there are cures for this. I'll discuss them later on. If you have a laundry room in this area, be sure not to leave out your undergarments because think about the symbolism. Your reputation shows your unmentionables in this quadrant. Oh, backing up. This quadrant is a kitchen and dining room for me. And for Christmas, I received these pretty little red dishes. And they are perfect because this quadrant, the color is red. All right, top right. Love and relationships area. Number 2, pink, rose quartz, all major organs. Red or pink furniture is good here. A bedroom is good in this area. I have a garden tub here, so that's pretty good. The artwork in this area should express love and ideal relationships. Don't hang pictures of kids, and don't put a desk in this area because kids and work might get in the way of your marriage relationship. Earth is the primary element here. All right, family, number 4. green. This is middle left. Alright, this is the family area. The number is 4. The color is green. Emerald and jade healing crystals. And then feet, that's the body part associated with this. Choose calming, inviting decor. You want your relationship with your family to be harmonious and uncluttered. Try some family photos in this area. Alright, the very center, middle. Health. This is number 9, yellowy, orangey earth tones, clear crystal or carnelian healing crystals. All other body parts left unclaimed by other quadrants. This is the energy center, and it collects and distributes energy. Earth is the primary element, but decor that represents all 5 elements is nice in this area. This area is represented by a yin-yang sign in classical feng shui. Set out a bowl of fresh fruit, perhaps. Alright, so the middle, right. This is creativity or children, your inner child. Yellow, or number 3, yellow is a color, citrine is a healing crystal, mouth is a body part. Choose art that inspires you. This area should reflect and strengthen creative energies while supporting your children's energy. The primary element is metal. Wisdom, number 7, blue, lapis lazuli, hands. The primary element is earth. This area should support your spiritual and intellectual growth. Try placing blue books, or books of any description, bookshelf, bookcase, office, pictures of wise people, objects for meditation. Rear, this is your entryway. The bottom middle. Number 6, black is the color. Obsidian or tourmaline would be great healing crystals for this area. Ear is the body part. The primary element is water. This is a good place for a fish tank or fountain. Pictures of vast water or sky for endless possibilities. Black and white art works well here. And last, helpful people for travel. In doing my research, this quadrant has a lot of different names, but this is the one I was taught when I first learned feng shui, so this is what I'll go with. Number 5, gray, hematite, head, metal. Choose pictures of places you want to travel or pictures of people who are helpful to you. Maybe if you put a picture of a place where you want to travel, you can manifest that. My house has pretty good feng shui because I have an office with many books in the wisdom quadrant, and I have a garden tub along with 2 sinks in the relationship quadrant, and the number there is 2, so you kind of want to have, kind of that number there. My house has bad feng shui because there is a sink in my reputation quadrant, potentially washing away my fame, when the main element is fire. I have a wood stove in my career quadrant where the primary element is water. The wood stove is burning up my career. What do I do? Well, fortunately, there are cures. I neutralize the energy of an object in the wrong place. I do this by putting red duct tape on the faucet in the reputation quadrant. I draw a red line around the bottom of my wood stove. Nobody has to know it's there except me. It's all about intent. This may not be the best or the only cure, but this is the one that I was taught to start out with. It's easy to do research and find other cures for stuff like that. In general, you must neutralize all negative energies in your home, such as the trash, litter box, and drains. You can do this with red duct tape. The reason you need to neutralize drains is because they drain away the energy in your home. You don't want all your good energy, all your good chi energy, draining away. Neutralize it. What about missing quadrants? Like this picture right here. What if your house is not a perfect square, not a perfect rectangle, and you're missing that quadrant? Well, you can extend the energy by placing mirrors on the walls of the missing quadrant. So inside your home, you could put a mirror right here or right there, and it opens that space up energetically. You can fence in the area outside. Put a fence right there. You can build a porch there. You can plant a tree exactly in the corner where the walls of the missing quadrant would be. You can place stones, the bigger the better. You can bury a quartz crystal. You can hang a wind chime. You can bury something symbolic of the quadrant, such as coins for the prosperity quadrant. Or planting a money tree, that would be good. That's nice and symbolic. I guess the point is to recognize and energize that portion of your home, your life, your soul, your mind. What about extended quadrants like this? I always thought that would be bad, but in doing my research, I found out that that can be good. These may be beneficial. If you move into a home with an extended prosperity quadrant, perhaps you'll find a bit of an extra income flow. I thought that was interesting, like a bay window or something. So you can pretty much figure out what the difference would be between extension and a missing area. Alright, on to the simple stuff. Remember, this is a little bit more practical. Remember, you want the energy to enter and flow through your home. Don't let it stagnate or escape. Don't hang on to possessions that hold no meaning or are useless. If you have clutter, start getting rid of it by thinking about your feelings towards it. Do you love it? Keep it. Do you hate it? Get rid of it. Does it have sentimental value? Keep it. Is it cracked, ripped, or stained? Get rid of it. Is it completely useless? Get rid of it. It's good to have things that you like. It's good to surround yourself with things that are useless. The best things are both It's good to surround yourself with things you love. It's good to surround yourself with things that are useful. It's best to surround yourself with things that are useful and things that you love. Alright, think about the symbolism. Hanging on to needless baggage, either emotional, physical, spiritual, psychological. Just let it go. I got rid of most of my ripped clothing, and unripped clothing found its way into my closet. It's as if the universe is trying to send me what I need, but I have junk in the way. I'm blocking the universe from sending me better stuff because I keep hanging on to the old, broken, and worn out. I had to create an opening in order to receive. Chipped dishes? No, get rid of them. I know somebody with a pretty strong testimony about chipped dishes. It was the prosperity quadrant, and they were having trouble with prosperity, but everything was like clean, well organized. They thought they had good feng shui, but you open up their cabinet and all their dishes are chipped and cracked and stuff. They replaced the dishes, and all of a sudden their prosperity was looking up. Dirty dishes are probably bad feng shui. Candles, incense, and sage are pretty good for feng shui. Sage is good for cleansing the energy of an area. Make a crystal grid. All these crystals I told you associated with each area. These can energize your home with many good and specific energies. Each crystal is good for particular qualities or aspects. Specific energies, stuff like enhancing your psychic abilities or boosting your root chakra, any of your chakras. These also transmute bad energies. Pets bring in energy and keep it flowing. You don't want complete silence. Think about getting a fish tank with one of those bubbling filter things that make noise all the time. Cats are really good. I highly recommend cats. My solid white cat brings in much light energy. It's very calming, very meditative. He just likes to sit around and be petted. play healing background music. I recommend getting a Pandora station and setting it to either Arvo Pärt, Gregorian chanting, or the chakra healing station. A lot of it is intention. Don't be frustrated if things don't change quickly. Rome wasn't built overnight. It's all a process of growth and healing. To start with, numbers written on a colored piece of construction paper is enough. That's what I started with. Just got a colored piece of construction paper for each room, and I wrote the number associated with that room, and I placed it in that room. You're a beginner, and therefore should start with beginner things. Just like a baby begins by drinking from a bottle. Before long, though, you'll need whole food. So you should try rearranging some furniture, perhaps sorting through a bit of clutter, bring in healing crystals, and make an energy grid. As you evolve spiritually, so shall your surroundings. Do whatever feels right for you. There are many feng shui cures that involve little Chinese statues and figurines, but I don't feel as comfortable bringing those into my home. I feel that I resonate more with healing crystals. In closing, what does your home say about you? Is there a lot of clutter? Perhaps your life is cluttered with senseless busy work that usurps all your precious energies. Do you keep a lot of broken and useless items, out-of-date decor? Do you love or hate your environment? Do you love or hate your situation in life? Do you want change? Consider manifesting that change through the art of Feng Shui. Thank you.